What is up, guys? In today's video, we're going to be talking about the tri-beam laser rifle because that was what was added in today's Fortnite update. As always, if you guys do enjoy this video, remember to give it a like, subscribe if you like to see more, and comment down below what you think of the tri-beam laser rifle. And this was the only thing changed today. Nothing was vaulted. No bugs were fixed. There was no other balancing. It was just the tri-beam laser rifle was added to the game. And it is a fully automatic laser rifle, but it has a pretty slow fire rate at 3. Like, the fire rate difference really isn't going to be that different between, like, full auto or tap firing. And it will do 39 body damage and 58 headshot damage. This weapon is hit scan, meaning it has no bullet travel time or bullet drop over time. So you won't have to be leading your shots. You can just aim right at the opponents. And it also has no damage drop off at range. And from my experience, it seems to be perfectly accurate. Like, the shot will always go where the dot is. There is, like, very, very little recoil. And yeah, like, the reticle makes it look like there's bloom. But just from my experience in testing this weapon at, like, various ranges, it seems like where the dot is always where your shot is going to be. And I've seen people compare this to the E11 blaster since they're both laser weapons. But I feel like that's basically as far as, like, the similarities between them go. The fire rates are very different. The damage is different. And then the fact that the tri-beam laser rifle is perfectly accurate is a very, very large difference between it and the E11. So I feel like this tri-beam laser rifle is really, really solid. It has unlimited ammo, but it does overheat if you shoot it too quickly, like lots of the other laser weapons we've had. So I was mostly just tap firing this weapon outside of, like, really close range. It cannot get weapon mod, so you can't take it to the workbench and mod it. And it only drops in purple rarity. And oddly enough, it comes from the consumable section of a chest rather than the weapons section. So when you open a chest, you get 1 weapon and 1 consumable. Or if you open a legendary chest, you get 1 weapon and 2 consumables. And consumables are things like boogie bombs, shockwaves, heals, things of that nature. The laser rifle comes out of the consumables slot. So you could get a pump shotgun and a tri-beam laser rifle out of the same chest, which is pretty interesting. Overall, I think this weapon is fine. Like, it's solid. I did not mind using it. I had an enjoyable experience using it today. And I think if you really don't like the projectile weapons, like if you really miss hit scan and you have good aim with the third person weapons, you'll probably really like this weapon a decent amount. In the same way that you would use an AR. While streaming today, I had some people tell me that it's not good because they were using it instead of a boom bolt on the cars. And then it wasn't as good. But I feel like you kind of use this in your AR or SMG slot. Like, typically this season, I've just been running shotgun, spray weapon of some kind, boogie bombs or the boom bolt, heals, and mobility. And it would go in that, like, spray weapon slot. Or if you're carrying shotgun, AR, SMG, I think it would go in the AR slot. So it's not in the boom bolt slot or the specialty weapon slot. It is more of like an AR SMG style item. And I think it really depends on how you feel about third person aiming at range will really dictate your opinion on this. Like, I really didn't have a problem using it. I enjoyed my time using it today, but I don't think I would want to get on and use this all the time. Like, if I was going to play and try to get wins or, like, good games, I would rather use the Thunderburst SMG, the Warforged AR, or even the Mythic Combat AR. Like, in close to medium range, I think you're better off with any of those other options than the tri-beam laser rifle. And then at long range, the hit scan nature and low recoil kind of aspect of the weapon and the fact that there's no damage drop off is certainly nice. But, like, I'm just not as good at aiming or not as comfortable aiming the third person weapons at really long range as I am with something like a sight. So I would rather have one of those other weapons. In the same way, last season, there was people that, like, liked the water bending over the sniper. Like, they would use it in the sniper slot. And, like, that could work. But, like, if I had someone 100 meters away, I just felt so much better with the sniper than the water bending because I'm not as good at aiming the third-person weapons at, like, really long ranges, some people. So I really like the red dots for those ranges. And that's a huge reason why I would rather use one of the other weapons than this. I also feel like with how much mobility there is in the game right now, I don't really have a lot of really long range fights. Like, I either just push them with my gloves or they're running away from me with gloves. And I think the lower fire rate of this weapon can be a bit of a problem if you are shooting at someone who's trying to run away with gloves, which does happen pretty frequently. And then when it does come down to spraying cars, damage on this is nothing amazing, and the fact that it overheats is also a problem. So if I was like spraying out cars, I'd rather have like a burst or a Warforged AR or a combat AR fighting around cars. Like, you know, when you get out of the car to like shoot the person inside if they got in your car, I would so much rather have the Thunderburst SMG than the Tri-Beam Laser Rifle, and that's why I've been using the Thunderburst SMG kind of as my main spray weapon for most of the season. I'd even take it over the combat AR at times, which is probably crazy to a lot of you because the combat AR is really good. But I've had a really good time using the Thunderburst SMG this season, and I think I would so much rather use that over the Tri-Beam Laser Rifle. And overall, like I've said many times, I think it's good, but not the meta for me personally. I think a lot of people will really like this weapon. I think it'll really come down to, like I said, how you feel about hit scan versus projectile. If you just really hate projectile, you'll probably like this. And then if you like the third person weapons, that's also another kind of plus. But I think this is a really good item to have added in the game, because I feel like a lot of times with Fortnite, when they add a new weapon, it's either useless or really overpowered, or both. In the case of the water bending, it came out last season, it was pretty bad, and then they buffed it to the point where it was overpowered, where I feel like the Tri-Beam Laser Rifle has come out and it's in a good spot. Is it the best weapon in the game ever? No. Is it usable and good? Yeah. Like, I think it's a solid weapon, and I did not mind using it. So, like, as far as, like, relative strength goes, I feel like this is, like, a good spot for an item to be at in Fortnite when it comes to a new weapon. They often mess it up, and it's either just useless, and then it's not exciting because it's useless, or it's really OP, and then that's also kind of a problem in of its own. But I feel like they landed at a good spot with this weapon, and I think there definitely are players out there who will really enjoy using this item. But that is going to be it for this video. I'm gonna let some gameplay play out that I got on stream using it. As always, if you guys did find this helpful, informative, interesting, remember to give it a like, subscribe if you like some more, comment down below what you think of the Tri-Beam Laser Rifle, and I will see you guys in the next one. Thanks for watching. One v one. That lady had the medallion earlier and dropped it. I'm pretty sure that was the one I boogie bombed in the car that I hit 30 white, or hit like 90 white. What the heck? I just wanted to land on here. That's unfortunate. Now we know he has boogie bombs, so. This is like bad for him. We want to create a fight now on timing when his thing's on cooldown. Like using all your dashes just to get in like that means that even if I didn't get like a boogie on him there, he can't go anywhere with his gloves. Like, if you're gonna use it to travel like that, you want to just use like 1 or 2. Like he should have used 1 or 2 with ashes and then like recycled his green water.